get to Hawaii and you see these gorgeous, gorgeous tropical flowers and they say, do those grow in Minnesota? And they just laugh. Those grow in Philadelphia? No. Yes. Because Philip Watson said, if you want showy tropical things, we can do it. And I'm kidding you not. These flowers, look at this, are bigger than our heads. They are enormous, and you're getting two. So this is the iconic jumbo hibiscus. We're gonna do this for $31.92. Now, not to make anybody get the heebie-jeebies, but here's what's going on. We started out with what, like 10 or 12,000 of these?
Yeah, they actually are flying out the door.
We don't have that many left, and we can't go back and make more this season. So just to say that. So walk us through what we're gonna get here, please.
Well, you get the pair. The one we're looking at right now is Heartthrob, and it is a deep burgundy red. It's not a fire engine red. It's got a nice finessed red look. These will bloom like crazy this year. These are the largest flowers that we offer. These are fully perennial. If you love big, big flowers, show-stopping flowers, this collection is for you. And also, Fallon, Nevada. They will grow in Fallon, Nevada. I just got to give that call out, and that's a little private message, by the way.
A private message.
They grow in very cold areas. They also grow in the very hot areas, too. The big flowers, this is the look that you can expect to have for years and years to come.
I have to tell you.
Tie-dye.
Feel the leaves. These are just beautiful. They have this really nice sturdy appearance, and I love the tie-dye. That's like a party.
And the fact that these are fully perennial, these come back every year, and you talk about curb appeal. You don't have to plant these at the curb to see them. If they're way back on the property, the blooms are so big, they absolutely pop from a distance. People will stop and say, what in the world are those? And by the way, the perennial hibiscus are one of the easiest perennials to grow. You will not believe these flowers, and they will bloom this year.
Wow. Okay, so talk to me about a bloom time. Like, what's the length of bloom time, and how do I care for them?
These start blooming in midsummer, and they bloom into fall. These will grow in a wet area. Once they get established, they will even tolerate drought. The more sun you give these, the better. These do like a lot of sun. They're unique. They've got these jaw-dropping flowers, and what I send out to you are big, bare root, mature things. Yours will be big this year. The perennials that we've sold in the past in the hibiscus have been potted, and they have been smaller. These are big, big, big. You want to see how big?
I want to see how big.
I thought you did.
Okay. I had no idea we were going to go to the
Now,
box.
let me see where I have put it.
On the floor, right over there.
Thank you. I'm glad that you've got the young eyes.
This is big.
So, let me tell you, guess what this is? This is a
By the way, hold please. 500 gone, so kind of limited in what we have.
full size. These are mature that we had dug. These are mature. This is not something you have to wait to grow. It's already going to produce like what you're seeing over there. This is the way I plant these. And oh, let me put a little pocket down there. You don't want any air underneath it. Like that. Water it in, stand back, yes. Midsummer, you'll have all this foliage up here and the blooms like crazy, like what we're seeing over here.
That's easy.
You will get the gigantic blooms this year.
Wow.
And you'll also have something that nobody else has.
What?
That's what we all want. The biggest flowers in town, the most unusual ones. Some of your neighbors may have perennial hibiscus. They will not have these varieties.
Well, we're going to go to Janet in New Jersey. Janet, this is Philip Watson from Cottage Farms. I'm Albany Irvin. Welcome in.
Oh, it's so nice speaking with you. I'm so excited. In fact, Philip, I just received your 6-piece Cascade ground cover roses the other day.
Yes, good.
So I'm excited about getting those and now the additional ones.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Plus your hibiscus. I'm getting the hibiscus also.
Have you ever had perennial hibiscus before?
No, not really, never.
Well, honey, they just do beautifully here. I mean, I see them. I live in Westchester, Pennsylvania, so we're practically neighbors. My neighbors live over, my cousins live over in Mullica Hill, and so we're all in the same area. These do beautifully in this area as well as other areas, and they will be the biggest flowers you've ever seen.
Well, I'm looking forward to them.
Wonderful.
Well, where are you going to put yours?
I have an area that in my backyard, and it's about 100 feet long, and I'm planting a wonderful, wonderful flower garden there. I just want lots of flowers, so I'm excited about getting all of these.
Well, give these some room because, Janet, these will get about 4 feet tall, and then the plants, once they get matured, will be about 4 feet across. So they get, even though they're perennial, they die down to the ground in the wintertime, and then they come back up. the next season, but they get as big as a shrub.
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to, something that's permanent. I'm tired of doing things over and over again every year.
Well, I hear you.
I'm looking forward to something that's permanent.
And these will be, they're very long-lived perennials in the garden, and after they get established, they will take drought. That's what I loved about them. I never had any problem with deer on these, which can be the bane of my existence. But these are beautiful, and you'll have something that nobody else has.
Well, thank you so much.
Jan, it's so nice chatting with you. I'm excited for you to get these home.
I am too. Thank you again.
Yes,
Pleasure.
ma'am. Bye-bye. Well, here's what I'll tell you. We started the season with, I don't know, 10 or 12,000. I can't keep up. But let me tell you, 1,000 have just been picked up in this show. If you want super showstoppy, pick up 2 sets. And here's what I'll tell you. Good luck finding these out there at retail, but if you did, you would be paying so much more, and the bulb wouldn't be as mature.
It would be a small plant.
Little tiny baby thing.
You just don't see these big ones on the market. We went right to the grower. We had these bare root clumps. These will make so much bigger flowers and plants the very first season, bigger than anything you can get out there that's potted. That's what I love about it. We really upped it.
Well, this is one of those rare opportunities because I'll tell you what, these hibiscus have been blowing out the door, and once they're gone this season, you won't be able to get them back until next year if we even get them.
Well, if we get it, because
that's the big one, because these are special.
Well, we told them what we wanted, and they said, really? Because they didn't want to do it. Because
I know.
Basically, they're digging up their stock plants.
Right.
To use for us, so they don't have things to get cuttings from. But we did not want to send rooted cuttings to you that take a couple of years to get going. I wanted you to have something that is going to do just about this the very first season.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, you know what? This is what successful gardening looks like. This is why it's gardening made easy with Cottage Farms. And Philip has done the work. He is a horticulturalist. He's a landscape designer, literally travels all over the world. But these are the kinds of showstoppers that you look for and that your clients are looking for when they're creating memorable gardens.
Well, absolutely, because my gardens have got to look different from other people's gardens. I often, even say I work in Connecticut, I have things shipped in from other states because all the other landscapers in the area are just using the local nurseries. I want things really, really unique. And I go to Cottage Farms for things like this because I can't get this from any other nursery.
Right.
And so I have these things shipped in. I use these things. These are job insurance for me because I put these in the garden. The client is absolutely agog with the way that they look, and they want more. They think I'm just the best thing ever.
Okay, well, I need to stop you for just a minute.
What?
I think you're the best thing ever, too.
Thank you. You sweet thing.
Listen, here's what's going on. 1,800 are in the carts. Another 800 people are on the phones. I don't know how many people are on the smart devices. So if you want these, we're getting to that point where I don't know that everybody that wants them is going to get them. If you can do, we actually have 5 ways to order. Did you know that?
Okay.
Can you name them?
No, I can barely count my own fingers.
Oh, for crying out
There are 5
loud.
right there.
So all your smart devices, your Apple, your Android, your iPad, you can go to automated ordering. You could go to QVC.com, you can call it in, but those may take a little while. So I'd do a smart device if you could, because this is one of those moments where you think, okay, wait, I can't be without this, and it may not come back next year. This is one, too, that if you're shopping with your Q card, you can do 3 easy payments of about $11 a month. But I think what I love, and I don't know if you still have the root, you don't. It is such a mature piece that you're going to get blooms this year. That's instant
you'll
gratification.
get a lot of blooms this year, and that's the trick. And I know you're looking at it, you're thinking, gosh, what am I going to do with that in the wintertime? Honey, you just go inside because these are perfectly hardy in all parts of the country. Don't worry about it. These look tropical. They are not tropical. They are better than tropical because you don't have to bring them in. The blooms are bigger. There is not a hibiscus flower bigger.
These are huge.
They're
10-inch blooms, that's bigger than your dinner plate.
But this variety, the tie-dye right here is really, really unique.
Gorgeous.
And the heartthrob is the best red.
I love
a lot
the
of things
heartthrob.
are red, but this is that beautiful velvety red. Blooms are huge. You can float these if you got the kids, you take the picture of the kids here.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to go to the phones and welcome in Sandra from Missouri.
Oh, good.
Sandra, you were on live with Philip Watson. I'm Albany. Welcome into Cottage Farms.
Yes, you have beautiful flowers. I have 10 of your hibiscus in my front yard right now.
Oh, my goodness. So you like
And
them, I
they
guess.
are showstoppers.
Well, I'm so glad. I have to tell you, I love the Missouri Botanic Garden in Kansas City.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, it's one of the best. And they have unusual things like that. Where did you plant your hibiscus?
Well, it's right in my front yard. I have a white lattice arbor and a big concrete Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
Flags behind it, and all in a circle are all my different color hibiscus that I got from you.
Oh my goodness.
I love that.
So do people stop and ask, what are those?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Knew it.
I
all the
love it.
time.
I love that. Oh, well, I'm so pleased. Now, did they grow like we've said they would?
Yes, they certainly do.
Oh, good. Love.
I'm very, very pleased with them. I've measured them 14 inches across already.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Well, I'm telling you, have you ever seen any of this color before?
Not really, no.
Yeah,
I've got some that's a little bit paler color than that, but this will really be a great addition.
So glad you got them.
Perfect. Sandra, if you think of it, take a picture and post it on our Facebook page. We'd love to see those.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Be pleased.
Thanks. Bye, Sandra.
Bye-bye.
Here's a question that just popped
Yes.
into my mind.
Uh-huh.
You know how when you get the bigger dahlias, you have to stake them or you got to do all kind of,
Right.
do we have to do anything
Nope.
like that here?
Nope, nope.
So totally low maintenance.
Totally low maintenance because the stalks that come up are woody stalks, and that's what I liked about it. You would think you would have to stake these. You do not. And also, they are drought tolerant once they get established. I had mine
Wow.
far, far away from the hose in Virginia. They worked back there. Also, they was right in the edge of the woods. The deer could come in. They didn't eat them. So
Oh,
there was two big
wow.
things for me. These are fully hardy. These are not tropical. They're better than tropical and bigger than the tropical.
You know what? If you are looking for that key piece, maybe you've got a special little corner, or maybe you've got something that's not a team player in your yard, this is going to take up that space. It's going to give you those beautiful blooms. I love it. She measured 14 inches. Did you hear her say
Yeah,
that?
exactly. And just absolutely enormous flowers. And also, if you put these, say if you've got an embankment in front of your house where you have planted your daylilies,
Yes.
plant these at the top of the embankment for a real wow factor. But I might move my mailbox in a little bit from the street because people will be looking. Next thing you know, they knock down your mailbox.
Wow. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. I already told you we were limited. When we started this presentation, we had 5,000. We have about a little less than 1,800.
Oh,
So
dear.
we still have a lot of people on the phones. We have a lot of people. Just pick and click is what I call it. Put it in your cart. 900 people are on the phones, and I have no idea how many people are on their smart devices because they don't let me track that anymore.
Well, color like that is hard to find. Flowers that big are impossible to find. Again, it's a photo opportunity. One of those flowers is suitable for a hat.
Seriously, they
Seriously.
are huge. And I love that color. It is such a deep brick red. You see a lot of shutters and front doors painted that color. Really, really beautiful. Like it's lighter than a Merlot, but I don't know how to.
You can see those in Nantucket. Imagine those in
Yes.
Nantucket.
Oh,
Also,
my.
imagine those with the hydrangeas, the LA Dreamin' hydrangeas we had on. Just a fantastic look. If you want something that's going to be popping all summer, those hydrangeas bloom all summer. These are blooming in the summer too. The biggest flowers in your garden, the big eye-popping thing. Don't have it look like your garden is off the rack. You need something that is unique. Pick out something that's very special.
You know, I look at all of these offerings and I love the height, I love the shape. I think when you get these home, you've got that one spot. You know where it is. We always get that one spot in our garden we think we need a little something. We need a little height. But you don't want it to get lost with the stuff in front.
Right.
These humongous blooms, they're not getting lost. These are going to be the ones that beckon your neighbors in. You got people knocking on your door saying, I'm so sorry to bother you, but can you tell me where you got those flowers?
Pretty much.
And if you want to, you can say, ooh, they were a gift.
Yeah, pretty
I'm not
much.
telling. No,
But
you tell them.
Let me tell you something else about
Yes.
the application of this. We talked about all the different ways that you can use these, but if you've got an area of the garden that stays a little bit wet and everything else there rots, these will do beautifully there. They don't mind that wet at all.
But yet they're drought tolerant if they
Yes,
need to be.
exactly. They're extremely versatile. We've got an iris collection coming up later in the show that has got Japanese iris in it that also will take the wet. You can plant both of these, the Japanese iris and these, in a bog area.
Well, so in a bog area. Well, I got to tell you, after the rain we had late yesterday, this entire area is a bog area.
Tis.
But you know what? This is what I call a team player. Because
Yeah.
if you have as much rain rain and snow we've had this season, you know come August, we're going to go a good stretch with nothing. And we're going to be out there every day with the hose. So if you're looking for something that is showy but also low maintenance,